I started watching hepatology videos one per day like that from March beginning. In the morning time, I used to spend time for hepatology, and the evening time, I used to read the notes of Rakesh Nair sir for my MD theory exams. Before preparing, I saw the video of interview of previous INI SS first rank guy. So I had an idea from which how to approach. So my sole preparation was from Marrow only. Like I was not able to understand that book. Then one more thing which I did for MCQs is that I practiced the mock exams in Marrow. Plus, I also practiced the Schlesinger and Fortin's review and assessment book. That book also played a major role for me because there I can even remember there was 262 MCQs in liver, which gave me 262 concepts, and I was able to crack that questions with the Marrow videos.
Hello again. It's good to be back. Now this time we are having the interview with a third ranker who secured the third rank in INI SS CET DM Hepatology, Dr. Ganesh. Now, this is an interview with Dr. Ganesh giving us insights on how he reached here and how he attained this stardom. So, first of all, let me congratulate Ganesh on behalf of Marrow and all of us here. Unbelievably great job, and it's an amazing and honor to have you in the interview. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, Ganesh.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to be along with you also, sir.
Now, I understand that all the interviews we have taken previously as a part of Marrow and as part of this thing has been following some similar lines, which included how they prepared, what they used, how did they prepare, and how much time they dedicated, and what all books they read, and finally culminating into one big great rank, a golden rank. This time we will deviate a little bit and we will try to delve into the individual and his background as to how he decided on his crucial choices which made him where he is now. Now, if you realize it, being a doctor is just not about it's not only about studying. There's a lot of other things that is there when you actually become a doctor. You actually transform yourself from an 18-year-old and you come back at around probably 30-year-old when you are actually a full-fledged doctor, 32 years. So your entire personality changes as you become a doctor. Now, if you look at it, when the mindset you had when you started your MBBS and the mindset you have when you start your DM is completely different. So the reason why this mindset becomes different is because the choices you had to make throughout your life. So this time we will just see about a little bit of choices and let's see what made Ganesh, who right now is in front of us. The 18-year-old Ganesh who went into MBBS and right now the Ganesh who ranked third rank in DM Hepatology, which is absolutely not a small feat. It's an amazing feat. So Ganesh, let me ask you first.
Yes, sir.
Why hepatology?
Sir, the insight for hepatology started when I joined MD Medicine. Like I'm from down south, I'm from Tamil Nadu, and I joined my MD Medicine in Manipur, Imphal. It's a faraway place, and everybody were insecure about Manipur from South India. Everybody knows that. But when I joined Manipur, we don't have super specialty departments in our college as per se. Mine is a small medical college, and it's one among the 2 medical college in the state. And I was allotted in a unit which has gastroenterologist. He is my mentor actually. So from my day one of MD Medicine, I was exposed to more of hepatology cases per se. Like hepatology is the hub of hepatology is Manipur. So I were more into hepatology from the beginning of my medicine days, and that thrill of diagnosing and managing all kind of hepatology cases was driving me more towards this subject. Literally, to be frank, I have seen all the cases in my ward, which made me to go more into the subject and learn it more independently, all kind of ALFs, all kind of PBCs, PSCs, and we have seen, and more thrilling thing is that we have visualized all kind of interventions. Since our gastroenterologist is very enthusiastic, I have even visualized EUS guided coilings, and we have seen TACE chemoembolization done by our interventional radiology. Even it is being a small college, we were exposed to maximum number of gastro interventions. So that fascinated me to go towards hepatology, sir. But I was little bit hesitant towards luminal gastro. So I reserved myself for hepatology. I thought I will go for hepatology, and I felt that hepatology is also more close to medicine. like while diagnosing cases and all that. So like mainly my college and my department and my unit which decided me to go for hepatology for my super specialization right from my first year, sir. And I didn't have any deviation during my 3 years of course that like hepatology is going to be my subject, like that I was deciding, sir.
It's wonderful that you've been working in a center where you actually are exposed to such a great type of cases, and you started getting interested in the cases that you saw. It's pretty good.
Yes,
But MCQ is not about just seeing cases and diagnosing and managing. It is about
yes,
understanding the nuances and much more. It's much more a theory thing. So how did you prepare for that? And when did you have the time? And if I'm not wrong, you are from you did your MD from Manipur, where and there is no super speciality. So that makes me believe that your very number of PGs that you are pretty less. So I'm sure
yes,
that
sir.
things were quite hectic. So in the
Yes,
in this whole
sir.
hecticness, how did you manage? What did you do? And
Sir,
also, also one more thing, what I understand is you, as you have not dropped a year. As soon as you finished your MD, you've got a DM as well. So that required a
yes,
lot of preparation during your MD days.
yes, sir.
So you've not taken time off to prepare. Your preparation was during the MD days, which, as I
Yes, sir.
understand, was quite busy.
Yes, sir.
So
Sir,
could you tell us?
to begin with, yes, to begin with, I started my hepatology preparation per se only during the March month of this year. To be very frank, because I didn't have much time. 2 years of our MD training has been totally engulfed by COVID era itself, because we had a medical college where only 4 seats were there per year. So we were only 8 PGs, including our juniors. So workload was big hectic for us, and we were not given leave for our studies, even for my MD exams until my March. I was released from the department from March 1st as officially. Then my MD exams was on April 16 to April 22, and my INISS was on April 23. So I need to plan accordingly. I thought like I should plan accordingly for both the things. I had a bit exposure in hepatology during my PG days, and but I didn't read any books because I was not understanding much. Like I was a mid-ranker always, so I was not able to understand the voluminous books. So I just gone through one or two topics in Schlesinger, and I also gone through one or two topic in Harrison. So like when I decided I should go for this I was not fully focused. Like I was not into like I totally I should get a seat like that. I was just preparing for my good knowledge in hepatology because I love the subject so much, so I want more knowledge into it. So I thought like one of my senior who is also now getting DM endocrine in PGH Chandigarh, he had a Marrow plan with him initially. I just borrowed from him for some days, like, sir, I will get from you for some time, I will watch the videos, if I like it I will buy the Marrow, sir, I was telling him. He also was very humble and he just gave me. During when he is not using, I used to use that videos. Like I started watching hepatology videos one per day, like that, from the beginning of March or somewhere between the first week of March. In the morning time I used to spend time for hepatology, and the evening time I used to read the notes of Rakesh Nair sir for my MD theory exams. So it went like that. By the end of the March, I was able to complete hepatology videos like at least once. I will not tell I completely watched all the videos, but all the essential videos I was able to watch, because before preparing, I saw the video of interview of previous INISS first rank guy. So I had an idea from which how to approach. So my sole preparation was from Marrow only. Like I was not able to understand that books. And one more thing which I understand is that this is an exam for entry level aspirants. That one more thing which I understand very well is that I no need to know everything which an third year DM hepatology residents needs to know. I need to know something at very clever, very clearly and clinically, and the entry level. So with that idea, I understand only like platforms like Marrow, those can give me like insight, like which is important and where to concentrate and where not to concentrate. So I try to complete my Rakesh and Noyer sir notes in the evening time for MD medicine. Then I completed Tarun your videos in the end of the March. But I thought like only by watching the videos once I can't have a grip on it. So what I do is like even during my theory exams, I used to revise what I used to make small notes, but not entirely. But I made small notes over a period of time. Then I revised those notes once, at least twice, I can tell. Then one more thing which I did for MCQs is that I practiced the mock exams in Marrow. Plus, I also practiced the Schlesinger and Fortin's review and assessment book. That book also played a major role for me, because there I can even remember there was 262 MCQs in liver. which gave me 262 concepts, and I was able to crack that questions with the Marrow videos. So that was very useful. In Marrow Hepatology, there were around 39 videos. I couldn't say I couldn't watch everything, but at least I can tell I have watched 80 to 85% of videos with full concentration. So like I was able to get that concepts and able to solve this MCQs in Slizinger. And Fortin's review book, it had 262 MCQs because I thought that MCQs were very important, so I can get into the concepts very clearly. So this is how I prepared. And during my MD exams, my friends will tell, "Why are you reading still MCQ books?" But I was like, "Okay, I will just spend 3 to 4 hours per day constantly." Since I have applied, I was not towards getting the seat. Since I have applied, I thought I will just put some effort for it. Like so, I just studied 4 to 5 years compulsorily. Even if I have theory exam in the morning, I used to wake up at 6 or something, and I used to study until 8 9. Then I will go to write my theory exams. And those were from Rakesh Nair notes. I was not able to study Harrison through and through. I have studied few chapters like CNS. I have studied from Harrison. Like CLD part, I have studied from Harrison. But I'm not a through and through reader of Harrison because I was not able to get the concepts most from it. I need a concept based building. So I use this as my base for preparation. So I completed my MD exam on 22nd. Then I revised some vital chapters in hepatology. Then I went and gave my INI on 23rd.
It's amazing. That is a very clear. You're very. One thing I realized is you were very clear from the beginning as to what you wanted and how to go about it. Now that is something which is probably few people have that clarity of thought. But once you have the clarity of thought, you just have to follow it. That's amazing. That's amazing. That is amazing. Anyway. So, did you do any grand test, or what do you think about the MCQ part of
Yes, sir.
Marrow?
MCQ part, like I was able to, since my senior was preparing for endocrine, he was not into hepatology, so I had a full access for hepatology. So I was able to solve all the MCQs since he had not used that. So I was solving all the MCQs mostly. There are 4 to 5 MCQs in hepatology part. I have solved it and I gave my mock test on 19th. Actually, my theory exam was on 19th. I finished my theory exam and came back and gave the mock exam in the evening. I was able to maintain within top 3 ranks, so it gave me an boost. Like I can go ahead. Like I have prepared decently, so at least I can go ahead and give the exam with the confidence like that.
Two things that strike me after talking to you is there is no substitute for hard work, and there is no substitute for focus. If you want it and you decide on it, there is no substitute. You cannot. There's no way anybody can tell you no. You can't get it. Very clear as to how to go about it. Very nice. Very. And let me tell you, very daring, very courageous, and very daring. Not too many people would have the guts to literally spend some time for MCQ while your theory exam. I mean, INI SSCET MCQ questions while theory is literally at hand on your doorstep. Gutsy move, but like
Yes.
we all know, it paid off. And the reason why it paid off was very clear. You realize you knew that how it had to be done. If you look at it, this is something which is common for all the interviews we have taken in Marrow. The first and the foremost thing everybody has had in common is the clarity of thought. With the clarity of thought, they have decided that okay, I want that, and from there, from the clarity of thought, you will put your thought into action, where you decided that okay, this much amount of work, and this is how I am going to work. You've decided that, and there was no doubt that was not so. Take out the doubts, and you have to. And this obviously this is an exam where it's an all or none. You either get it or you don't. The number of
Yes.
seats in hepatology is so less that it is either a full shot or absolutely nothing. So you had decided on that, everything. So that is amazing. And that actually all the toppers have done the same thing. It has not, it did not matter where they were from, what they did, and what their background is. These three things have been constant for all of us, all of you guys. That is probably, you will also understand when you go there, when you go to PGI, all of you will be of similar mentality. All of you will be of similar
Sure, sure.
mentality. Gutsy. Anyway, so now that we have come to an idea of how you prepared,
Yes, sir.
shall we go back in time and shall we just see what all choices you got as MBBS student and MD student. So let us start with a
Yes.
brief history of Dr. Ganesh. So where did you, we'll start from 12th only. From where did you 12th standard onwards?
So I did my 12th standard in my Chennai only, sir. Like I'm from Chennai, proper Chennai. Then I did my 12th standard from a matriculation school, Sedu Bhaskara, in my Chennai, sir. Like it's very near to my home, so like I prefer to stay near my home. So I did from my 12th standard from there, sir. And during my time, there was no, luckily there was no the NEET entrance for Tamil Nadu people. They were selected with cutoff. So I got into the government Velupura Medical College through my cutoff, sir. And I
Okay,
was
okay.
literally the last candidate to get into the college with my cutoff. So I was like mediocre student, so I was not able to get into top colleges. But I have always everybody used to dream to go for top colleges, but I was satisfied. Okay, at least I got an entry into my dream branch, like medicine. So I was happy with my college.
And how was your MBBS days? How was your MBBS days?
So MBBS, I was the third batch student in my MBBS. Like it was a new college when Viluppuram I joined. I was 2012 batch MBBS, so I was a third batch student. And to be frank, the college was growing along with us. Initially, we didn't have much facilities, but when we reached the internship, the college was full fledged, and we were able to expose to all kind of cases. When I did my internship, I was focusing more on radio diagnosis initial days of my internship, but my medicine posting was my last posting, like last of my internship posting. There where I got touch towards medicine. We were so amazed with the medicine cases, and in my college there were no SRs, there were no JRs, there were no. There is only interns, and above which were assistant professors. We were totally guided by them, and everything will be handled by us. So we were given so much opportunities. Even during my internship, we were able to do intubations and like all kind of procedures we were allowed to do in medicine field, and we were able to handle everything. It was so hectic during our internship because there were nobody to literally help us in the duty hours. Also it will be like 48 hours, 72 hours straight into that, and we were exposed to all kind of cases like cardiac care and MICU care and general ward patients, toxicologies, and everything was there. But during my medicine, to be frank, I was not inclined towards anything like I should go like this and all, but I loved medicine with my heart. So when I started after completing my internship, I went into preparation. Like I had 1 year my preparation. Like after finishing my internship on 2018, I prepared the whole 2018. Then I gave NEET PG the next year. That during 2019, and I was able to get a medicine seat in Northeast. Like my rank was around 3000. Like so, I was not able to get in Tamil Nadu during my first counseling. So I just opted Manipur since there was no bond after my PG. So I just came to this place, and I was also like little bit amazed to go outside my state. So like I was willing to take without any hesitation, sir.
Okay, okay. And during your MBBS, did you play anything, or did you was in cultural activities or
Uh,
sports
like,
activities, anything?
yeah, we had a very, I had a, to be frank, I should not tell. I had a very little exposure to games like volleyball, like that. We used to play like until my pre-final and final years. We used to play second year, pre-final, and final year. Like we are not able to concentrate more in the last 6 months. But we had played. I went first, like along with my friends, to some inter sports also, like Stanley, like that. We went and had some time in extracurricular activities. But I can't tell. I was totally devoted to it,
Yeah, yeah, no, but
and I
you
was.
did.
Yeah, I was like above average student, sir. I didn't top the college also, but I was like within top 10, like that, sir. Not more than that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that means you played volleyball. Nice, nice, lovely game, and you managed to go. You represented your college also. That's amazing. That's good. That is,
Once or twice.
yeah, that's amazing. That's quite good. Not many people
Yes.
also get the chance to represent the college. That's a great thing as an extracurricular activity as well. Anyway,
Thank you, sir.
so can you tell anything about any hobbies?
Like particularly, I don't have much hobbies, sir. Since I was always away from my home, like I didn't have much hobbies apart from playing some games along with my friends. And we used to go for movies during our internship. So that was a very good time with my
Yeah,
friends
yeah.
during internship. We had a very good bondage with our friends. So
Nice,
that was
nice,
the only.
nice. Okay, okay. So just it's a little personal question, Ganesh. During your time in MBBS, no? During your time in
Yes.
MBBS, did you ever face any doubts? Why am I doing this? Is it worth it? Did you obviously you were in a situation where a lot of things were happening in the country.
Yes,
As
yes.
in, so did you ever feel doubt? As in, why, what, how?
Sir, first and foremost, this MBBS was my passion. Even my father was telling, usually he is from an engineering background, like he wants me to be a civil engineer per se. But I convinced him somehow. Like he was working in a government service, like in Chennai Metropolitan Development Authority. So he wants me to be in civil engineering side, and I was capable enough to get into some good colleges in Chennai with my cutoff in engineering also. But I refused to sign the form, so I had no other option to push me other than I want to into medicine like that. So I was so passionate about it. So I loved each and every part of my MBBS. But during my internship, I was also frustrated so much because of the work burden. I was thinking, what at the age of 21, even during my colleague engineering friends were all getting engaged, they were very good in their, they were already settling, they were having good jobs with them, but still we were just working for mere 10,000 rupees. That kind of burden was little bit there, but I enjoyed everything because saving a life gave the more of an joy than anything else. So I was enjoying my MBBS life to the fullest, and internship was a bit burden because of the workload. As I said, there were nobody other than interns and assistant professors, so we had a tough time during internship. But apart from that, I enjoyed it to the course and enjoyed the
And
subject.
if you, I mean, just another personal question, could you even tell any event or any particular situation which you will carry forward with your, as you go on, which made an impact on your life?
So that's what I told. No, so during my initial phases of internship, I was planning to do radio, but during my medicine posting, there were so many things which was happening. Like so many lives we have saved knowingly or unknowingly. To be frank, at that time of internship phase, we were so young to understand the subject in depth, but we had done small activities which saved the life. For example, I remember a child who is like 13 years old, female child, who just admitted in the medicine ward with a very high like DKA presentation. And I sat down the entire day, entire 2 days. I sat down with her, and I was able to bring her back from the life. She presented with the pH of 6.9, and I still remembered that one. That was in the end of my medicine posting. So that gave me a joy. Like even at the time, when I did my MD in medicine only, I was understanding what I was doing for that kid was a great thing. With my assistant professor's guidance, I was able to sit down with her for entire 2 days, and I was able to manage her. Those things helped me to build my motivation towards the field of which I'm pursuing right now. And it also said that what I'm selected was right. I was going through a right path, and with this I was able to go more and more into the subjects, like the encouragement from the patient sides, and the thing which when you are treating a patient, when they are improving so much, that will give you a joy which nothing other than else can compensate.
Correct. That is lovely. It was lovely. So basically, and so after your MBBS, which was in Villupuram Medical College, and then you went to Northeast in Manipur, and then suddenly you just flipped the script, and you became the third ranker in the entire country. Amazing. That's a crazy achievement, and it goes on to show that with motivation, hard work, and clarity of thought, anyone can be anywhere. There's no reason why you have to be in the best medical college, or you have no reason why you have to have the best teachers in the country to teach you. But all you need to do is, obviously a mentor, like you mentioned, played a big role. Now a mentor,
Yes, sure.
we all know the story of Eklavya and Dronacharya. So a mentor need not mentor you directly. A mentor can mentor you from a lot of at a very quite a bit of distance. He may not even
Sure.
know that he's mentoring you. For example,
Yes.
if in your situation, probably Dr. Ayush was probably a small mentor of yours. He has no idea
Yes,
about
yes,
it, but
absolutely. Yes, sir. Sure.
it is nice. It is good to know that you have to think and you have to choose wisely. And once you choose wisely, and then you should cast away all the doubts that you have in your mind.
Sure,
Once you
sir.
cast away all the doubts you have in your mind, and then you just go forward and get it. It's lovely talking to you, Ganesh. It was amazing. And again, congratulations. And I hope you have such a fruitful years in PGI. And I
Thank you.
hope to meet you in person sometime when I come to PGI or
Yes,
come
sir.
to
That's
Chandigarh. Or
my
maybe come
pleasure.
my side. It'll be amazing. I'll be honored to meet you. And this is,
Perfect.
behind that simple face, there is such a courageous man. Nice to
Thank you,
have
sir.
talked to you.
It's a great honor for me,
Really,
sir.
you're quite gutsy. Let me give you that. You're quite gutsy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. With that, let's conclude. Thank you for
Yes, sir.
Ganesh for coming and letting the world know
Thank
what
you so
you
much.
are. Thank you for being so transparent with us.
Yes, sir.